Hello everybody, this is TheXseption, and welcome to Week 5 of the P4G. This week myself and the Tampa Bay Luxrays will be taking on Chance and the Camden Ursarings. So down below you'll see his team. He's got Garchomp, Gliscor, Chandelure, Snorlax, Jellicent, Weezing, Mega Aerodactyl, Toxicroak, Serperior, Manectric, and Scrafty. Now of those Pokemon, I think he will be bringing the Mega Aerodactyl, the Garchomp, the Chandelure, the Manectric, the Snorlax, and the Toxicroak. Although I do think he could bring Weezing instead of Toxicroak. You could see Serperior in there instead of Manectric if he feels that having a grass type is more beneficial. Maybe Scrafty in there somewhere, maybe Gliscor in there somewhere. But that's basically what I think he'll be bringing. So let's go ahead and hop into the team that I am bringing this week, which I am excited to bring to you guys. And it is going to be, number one, we got Sableye. So Sableye is joining the squad once again this week. It's running Will-O-Wisp, Rain Dance, Recover, Knockoff. We got 252 HP, 4 attack, and 252 special defense. So we got Rain Dance on the team. So a few weeks ago, two weeks ago, I believe, Joe brought Rain against Chance, and that sort of just sparked an idea in my mind. I didn't have Rain on the brain before that, but I figure my team can actually work pretty well in rain too. I got Rotom, it likes the rain. Regice has Thunderbolt or has Thunder, so it can use that. So I have a few different options if I run the rain. Plus, Chandelure is a big problem on his team, and Chandelure does not want to be in the rain at all. So, yeah, there's that. And also on his team, the only thing that can really take advantage of the rain is going to be Manectric with Thunder, which I don't think he'll have because he won't expect the rain, and also Jellicent with Scald, but I can deal with that fairly easily. My team is built of special walls, so I don't think I'll be having too much problem with that, but we got the Damp Rock, so that rain will last 8 turns instead of 4 or 5, I believe. But we got 8 turns of rain, which is so much rain. So much. We got Will-O-Wisp to burn the physical attackers, of course. Knockoff is for Specs or Scarf Chandelure. If we have the chance to hit Knockoff on Chandelure, absolutely 100% that's what we want to do, because Scarf Chandelure is just a pain. It outspeeds and it has coverage for so many of my mons that it's going to be hard to predict, and Specs Chandelure just wrecks. I really hope he doesn't bring Specs Chandelure, but if he does bring it, we do have some checks and counters, so not a big deal, but I would prefer Scarf over Specs for sure. So that's going to be Sableye right there. Let's go ahead and move into our second Pokemon, which is going to be Rotom Wash. So Rotom Wash, of course, is coming. As I said before, in the rain, Rotom does so well. We got Thunder, we got Mud Slap, Hydro Pump, and Volt Switch. We got 220 HP, 4 defense, 36 special attack, 108 special defense, and 140 speed. So basically, what this thing can do, we got an Assault Vest on it so it can live an Energy Ball from Specs Chandelure. And that is very important because we need to be able to hit that Hydro Pump and kill it. Specs Chandelure, big problem. This is one of the best checks to it. The only issue is if we miss a Hydro Pump. Now, last week, I had a very hacksy match against Emo Boy. And, you don't ever want to win by hacks, but, that's what happened. And so I'm kind of worried now that the hacks might turn against me, When you have a game that is just that good on your side, you got to suspect that maybe in the future you're going to have some moves missing, maybe some crits against you, and, it could all go badly. So I'm kind of worried about that, but we got Hydro Pump. Thunder's going to hit pretty hard in the rain. We can actually go ahead and outspeed Jellicent, Snorlax, Weezing, and Scrafty with the 140 speed. We Oko Aerodactyl, Gliscor, Chandelure with Hydro Pump, and Manectric and Toxicroak in the rain if Toxicroak doesn't have dry skin, which I don't think he'll be bringing. I think he'll probably bring like the ability that poisons you when he hits you with a physical move. Although he could be running possibly Special Toxicroak. I was talking to my AC about that. I'm pretty sure he'll bring physical Toxicroak, but I guess Special is a thing and it could come, and it's something to worry about. Now, we are running Mud Slap. Now, Mud Slap is just a mean move. So last week we ran Confuse Ray, and it didn't make that many hacks in my favor. The whole match was very hacksy in my favor. I would say that using Confuse Ray last week was probably one of the least hacksy things about the battle, though. But this week I'm bringing Mud Slap, and Mud Slap lowers your accuracy by 1 stage. Now, 1 stage is going to be, it lowers it from 100% to 75%. So any 100% accurate moves become 75% accurate after I hit Mud Slap. And I'm really not going to hit Mud Slap unless I predict a switch into like Manetric or Superior. There's really just no reason to. Hydro Pump or Thunder hits everything very hard. You know, if he's been switching into Superior, maybe I can predict it later in the match, mid-match, and I can just hit Mud Slap and, you know, maybe just take off some of its accuracy. It's kind of a mean thing to do. And I feel like kind of a dick running it, just like I felt that way running Confuse Ray last week, but I did have an extra move slot open because, again, Hydro and Thunder hit so much, so hard. Volt Switch, you know, for getting out and getting some switch initiative, and then Mud Slap is just kind of a funsy move, you know. If I have a chance to hit it, I might hit it, but that's what that's there for. So let's go ahead and move on to our next Pokemon, which is going to be... 1 second. Florges! There we go. So Florges is coming to the match. Let's get it... there we go. So we are running Moonblast, Psychic, Wish, Rain Dance with 252 HP, 188 defense, and 68 special defense. And we are running a Kebia Berry, which reduces super effective poison-type moves. I was completely against running the Kebia Berry. Now... my AC has, he convinced me, mostly because he is very insistent on it, but I am not so sure about the Kebia Berry. The reason for running Kebia is because we can survive a Gunk Shot from Toxicroak and fire off a Psychic to kill the Toxicroak, because Toxicroak is 4 times weak to Psychic, so it'll die. And that's a for sure thing, unless he crits or something, but the thing is, why I don't want to run it is because Florges is a special wall, alright? And there's only 2 Pokemon on his team that are going to be throwing out poison moves my way, and that's going to be Weezing and Toxicroak. And Florges can eat up a Sludge Bomb from Weezing. So, using the Kebia Berry for that just seems kind of useless, you know? I can always Wish up, and I'll be healed. It's no problem, you know? So, I didn't want to run it for Weezing, but... we are running it for Toxicroak. I think, like, if I'm going to take a Gunk Shot, wouldn't it be better just to switch into Skarmory or maybe some other Pokemon that could tank a physical hit, you know, rather than letting Florges stay in there? I don't know. But, you know, he was very insistent on running the Berry, so we're running the Berry. Honestly, I didn't have many other set options. It was just sort of like, all right, we'll just go with this, you know. So that's what we got. We have the Moonblast just to, you know, fire off hits and do some stab damage. It's going to be pretty tanky this week, I think. It can actually tank some physical hits. Earthquake is a 2-hit KO to Florges, and we can do a lot of damage with Moonblast if we, you know, get the opportunity to do that. Also, if we can get burns with Sableye on some of the physical attackers, Florges will be able to, you know, take hits, no problem. It can also take a whole bunch of special hits from pretty much anything. The only thing that Florges really has to worry about during the match is Toxicroak. So I guess the Kebia is all right, but that's what that's about. We also have the Rain Dance because if Sableye goes down, we might need more rain. The reason Sableye might go down is, you know, if it tries to knock off a Specs Chandelure there. The thing is, if Specs Chandelure comes in and I go for a Will-O-Wisp, and it gets the, you know, the plus damage for the fire type moves, I should hit Rain Dance. But if he doesn't hit Fire Blast or Flamethrower or something, what if he goes for Shadow Ball and whatnot? It could. I don't think it'll take out Sableye. Maybe 1 or 2 hits will take out Sableye. But, you know, if it crits, you know, you just got to worry about these things. So, we got the Rain Dance just for some extra rain, just in case. And that's what Florges is all about this week, and that's what you'll be seeing from it. Now let's move on to the next Pokemon, which is going to be Skarmory. So Skarmory's coming to the match. Bam, is that the right one? Yes, that's the right one. So Skarmory is coming, of course, just to set up rocks. You know, it does its usual Stealth Rock, Roost, Defog thing. We got 244 HP, 108 attack, and 156 defense. Just there to tank physical hits, basically. If we can get some burns on some of those physical attackers, it's not going to be taking much damage at all this match. The Rocky Helmet's there so we can dish out some, extra chip damage as Pokemon are hitting it. Maybe Garchomp, Gliscor, Aerodactyl, Toxicroak if they go for any physical hits. Bam, they're taking some chip damage, and of course Skarmory can always heal up with the Roost. So we are running the 108 attack this week for Serperior. Just in case Serperior comes, we do need to have a counter for it, and by far, Skarmory is the best counter. It doesn't take too much damage from a Leaf Storm. It doesn't take too much damage from Serperior at all. I mean, an HP Fire does about 20 to 30%, I believe. So we can actually tank HP Fires from Serperior. So it's not a big problem. But Brave Bird will go ahead and knock it out. So there we go. Serperior's dealt with there. Now, of course, if it starts getting up Leaf Storms, that's going to be annoying. So we're going to have to be quick on the switch out, So if I see Serperior go in there, immediately we got to switch to Skarm and try to deal with it that way. We also have another Mon coming up next that can deal with it, which is going to be... Bam! So Ambipomp's coming back once again. My AC does not... Hey, Versace, he really does not like Ambipom. I love Ambipom. It just has so much potential. And I've just been really crap at playing with it, I think. But Ambipom, we're bringing it this week because it outspeeds his whole team aside from Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl has base 150 speed. We could not possibly outspeed that without a Choice Scarf, and unfortunately we're not going to run that because I don't think we OHKO... we don't OHKO Mega Aerodactyl if we were faster than it. So we're better off just dealing with Mega Aerodactyl another way, being slower and being able to OHKO with some power, But we're running Aerial Ace, Pursuit, Ice Punch, and Low Kick. We got 4 HP, 252 attack, 4 defense, 4 special defense, and 244 speed. So I already explained what the speed was for. We're running Choice Band. Choice Band Aerial Ace will actually be able to OHKO a non-HP, non-defense invested Serperior. Now, looking at Chance's sets, he likes to run a lot of speed and a lot of attack or special attack depending on the Mon. If it's a slower, tanky Mon, he'll put some into defenses and whatnot. But Serperior is basically going to be pretty fast, and he's going to want to run special attack. So I don't think he's going to have any defense or HP investment. So I think we're safe with the Aerial Ace there. The Pursuit is there for Chandelure. So, like I said earlier, we're going to probably try to start off with Sableye. If he brings in Chandelure, maybe on a Will-O-Wisp, he gets the boost there for his fire type moves. We're gonna hit Rain Dance, and what Rain Dance will allow is for the fire moves to be halved. Now, if he goes for Shadow Ball, he's gonna do a big chunk of damage to Sableye, and you don't even have to predict that. You can just say, okay, well, Shadow Ball is stab against Sableye rather than, Flamethrower or Fire Blast not being stab against Sableye. So maybe he just goes for Shadow Ball. And if he does something like that, we can go ahead and switch right into Ambipom because Shadow Ball won't do a thing. All right, he's most likely going to be bringing Specs or Scarf Chandelure. So, we're pretty much safe. He has to switch out because he cannot hit Ambipom. So we hit Pursuit, Chandelure's dead. And if he doesn't switch out, guess what? Chandelure's dead the next turn when we hit Pursuit again. So that's what Ambipom's going to be there for. Hopefully we can take out Chandelure. Hopefully we can take out Serperior. We get the Ice Punch. That'll actually OHKO Garchomp. And we outspeed Garchomp. So we'll just wreck Garchomp's life too. And along with that, we got Low Kick. Low Kick knocks out Snorlax before any boosts. Now, Snorlax is a very big problem for my team, though, and I've had a lot of trouble preparing for it. Snorlax, it's just, if it hits Curse, while it's at full health, it just starts tanking damage. There's nothing that can really do much to it. It's a special wall, and if it hits Curse, it's suddenly starting to become a physical wall, too, and it's just hard to deal with. Now, Low Kick will OHKO at 0 boost, and I believe it's a pretty good roll to OHKO at +1 defense. So we can switch in early and try to get the Low Kick there. The problem is that at +1, I believe Snorlax will OHKO, or pretty close to OHKO, Ambipom here. And also, if he uses Body Slam, Ambipom could potentially get paralyzed. So that's no good. Cannot have that happen. So the other answer to to making sure that we can take out Snorlax is going to be our next Pokemon, Quagsire. So Sunday, I went ahead and I dropped Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is off the team now. We had to let him go. The thing was, we had two fighting types on the team, and that's not a bad thing. Honestly, Blaziken was doing a lot more work than I expected it to do. I expected to be switching between Blaziken and Hitmonlee a lot more, but Hitmonlee just doesn't have as many opportunities as Blaziken, because Blaziken, well, they have the same attack. Blaziken's a little bit slower, but Blaziken has better coverage moves with the Flare Blitz and just other moves. It can be run physically or specially. Hitmonlee was very good, but it was good for just being able to rapid spin. And honestly, Skarmory is such a good defogger that having a second rapid spinner would be very nice, and we might actually get one again in the future, but it just wasn't needed this week, and I think we can go without it for a little while anyway. So I don't think we need a rapid spinner right away. Maybe we can make a trade down the line. But Quagsire is amazing. Our team really needed a ground type, because right now we have nothing to stop a Volt Switch. If something wants to Volt Switch, it's going to Volt Switch. We have nothing to stop that. And it's very important to be able to stop the momentum from building up. You don't want somebody Volt Switching on you, being able to switch in and out, and it just makes the game a lot harder if you don't have a ground type. So we went with Quagsire. Quagsire is a tier 5 Pokemon, so it's actually lower than Hitmonlee. But the great thing about Quagsire is that it gets Unaware. Unaware ignores all boosts if the opponent hits an attacking move. That's what Bulbapedia says. It might. I don't know how it works if it hits like a status move or something, but I guess we'll figure that out. It's not a huge deal. But we got Recover, Encore, Waterfall, and Earthquake. We got 244 HP, 12 attack, and 252 defense. So Quagsire is a defensive wall. So we got another defensive wall. As I said earlier, my team is built of special defensive walls, so it's nice to have some more defense. It can tank physical hits all day long. It can even tank some special hits. The problem is that we have to watch out for special attackers because they like to run HP grass. They get a lot of coverage moves grass-wise. So we got to watch out for that. And in this match specifically, we even have to watch out for some physical attackers like Snorlax and Scrafty. I believe all the other physical attackers don't get grass moves, but Snorlax and Scrafty do. They get Grass Knot, and they get, I think Snorlax gets Grass Knot, Energy Ball, and Seed Bomb, and I believe Scrafty just gets Grass Knot. I could be wrong, but I do know they both get grass moves. So I got to watch out for those two Mons. Now, we don't outspeed very much. I believe the only thing we actually outspeed with Quagsire here is going to be Snorlax, but that's a very good thing actually, because with Unaware, we can just completely stop the Curse boost. All right, so if Snorlax wants to come in, if it hits Curse, not thinking that I have Unaware, not knowing that I have Unaware, I can go ahead and hit Encore, and then he's Encored into Curse, and he thinks he's building up the attack and the defense, and he kind of is, I guess. If we switched out or something, but we're not going to switch out. We're going to stay in. We're going to hit that Waterfall, and we're going to flinch axe him to death. Now, Waterfall actually doesn't do that much to Snorlax. It does about 27 to 32. So it's actually a 4 to 5 hit. No, it's a 4-hit KO for sure. 4-hit KO. So we're not going to be doing that much damage. It's going to take a lot to kill Snorlax, but we'll kill it before Encore runs out. And hopefully we can get the flinches just in case. Maybe I don't know how it would live through that, but anyway, we got the Waterfall flinches, so that could be nice. Earthquake just hits for some extra stab. Honestly, we don't really need Earthquake for very much. Maybe Manectric, maybe Chandelure, but Chandelure gets hit pretty hard by Waterfall. We also go ahead and Oko, I believe in the rain. Let me go ahead and check real quick. Yeah, we Oko Mega Aerodactyl in the rain with Waterfall with this. So we don't outspeed, but Mega Aerodactyl doesn't get any grass moves, so we don't have to worry about it. The worst he can do to us is Aqua Tail, and Aqua Tail will do about 40%, 40 to 50%, which is really, really annoying because Quagsire is slow. But we do Oko with Waterfall. We got the Expert Belt on there because we were running Life Orb, but Life Orb damage really, it messes Quagsire up because there was a lot of hits that did like 40 to 50% damage, and with Life Orb damage, that makes it 50 to 60, and then Quagsire can't heal out of it. So running Expert Belt was just important for that. I considered running Leftovers, but Expert Belt was nice because in the rain it allowed us to Oko Aerodactyl, and I believe without the rain, we also Oko Chandelure. So that's the team this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the team builder. Hope you guys will be back to watch the battle tomorrow. Hope you guys will enjoy that. Anyways, peace out, and I will see you guys then.